By what name are you known?
There are some who call me Tim.
Welcome to another episode of Timmy Talks, the channel where we talk old school magic. And today we are back in my favorite pub, the Twee Klaveren in Amsterdam. We're playing casual sweet magic, and today we're playing Revised 40. Now, let me tell you something about Revised 40. It's a format you don't see that often. Revised 40 decks must contain a minimum of 40 cards and have no maximum deck size. Revised 40 has no sideboard, so we're not going to sideboard in this match. And a Revised 40 deck may include up to 5 rares, but only 3 copies of the same rare. And it may include up to 10 uncommons, but only 3 copies of the same uncommon. And also certain common cards have been upshifted to uncommon, like for example Lightning Bolt, or else you would just make a deck with 40 Lightning Bolts. And maybe that's funny when you do it once, but after that, it gets boring very, very quickly. If you want to know more about the rules, you can check out the description below, by the way. There's a link to the website of the Northern Paladins, and they have all the rules about Revised 40. So today we're playing Revised 40, and I'm playing with my Unholy Reds deck. I think it's just going to be a lot of fun. It's mono black, and I'm taking on a mono blue deck, which is maybe not so much fun, piloted by friend of the show, Juriaan. He's playing Stasis. Now, before I jump into the deck decks, I've got lovely deck photos of both of these decks. I would first like to tell you something about my Patreon page. Hi, me hearties. If you would like to support the show, you can become a patron at patreon.com/TimmyTalks. We have 3 different patron levels. You can join as an apprentice for just $1 a month, and this will give you access to the Timmy Talks Discord, and you can join in on all the Timmy Talks online tournaments, such as the Color Clash and the Reprint Masters. You can also become a supporter at the Sorcerer level for just $2 a month. When you are a sorcerer, your name will be mentioned in the end scroll, and if you want, you can play a game against, well, me. But there is more. If you become a supporter at the pirate level, we can even make an episode together. Aye! Haha! You can also choose to pay annually for a 10% discount. So what are you waiting for, me hearty? Visit patreon.com/TimmyTalks and join the Timmy Talks crew. Arrgh! And we are back and ready to dive into the deck decks. I'm going to start with, me, because I'm sitting on the left. Let's take a look at my deck, Unholy Rats. And here we see my deck, Unholy Rats. So this deck is built around Plague Rats. So Plague Rats is a pretty interesting creature. It's 1 black and 2 for a creature rat that reads, Plague Rats' power and toughness are each equal to the number of creatures named Plague Rats on the battlefield. So the more you have, the stronger they become. If you've got 3, they're all 3 3s. If you got 4, they're all 4 4s. But if you only have 1 Plague Rat, it's just a 1/1. So it's not that impressive for 3 mana. And I'm trying to combine this with my Unholy Strengths. Unholy Strength is a card, an enchant creature from black for 1 black that reads target creature gains +2/+1. So I want to put my Unholy Strengths on my Plague Rats, make really big Plague Rats, turn them sideways, and then I've got some paralyzes to make sure that the creatures of my opponent remain tapped so I can continue attacking. And then I've got a couple of backup plans. I've got a paralyze. I've got a Drain Life in here. That's what I'm trying to say. Drain Life is kind of my top end finisher together with my Nightmare. Got a really cool Nightmare that's seen a lot of actions on various sidewalks across the world. So I've got this lovely Nightmare here. So that's kind of my plan. I also have 2 big flyers in here, by the way, 2 Sengir Vampires, because I have them and I thought they would be cool to just put in here. I also have a beautiful Sorcerer's Queen that can make creatures of my opponent O2, so maybe that can do something. Although in this match, I don't think I'm going to see that many creatures because I'm playing against Stasis. And here we see the Stasis deck of Juriaan. So, this deck is really built to kind of deck the opponent, right? Because he's playing with Stasis and Howling Minds. Let's just start with Stasis. Stasis in enchantment for 1 blue and 1 that reads, players skip their untap step. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice this enchantment unless you pay a blue. So as long as you've got islands and you keep playing islands, you can keep your Stasis alive. And of course, this works together really well with the Howling Minds. Because of the Howling Minds, you're going to keep drawing islands. That's of course the plan. And because your opponent is the first person to take advantage of this extra card with the Howling Mind, eventually you should be able to deck your opponent and you can win the game. So it's a pretty nasty deck. Can I say that, Juriaan? You brought a pretty nasty deck to the table, but kind of funny as well at the same time. So I guess I am trying to cast as many play credits as I can to try to win the game as quickly as I can, and you're trying to stasis me out of the game. Now, I just want to remind everybody that there's no sideboarding, right? So one of the issues that I can run into is just having too many paralyzes, because look at the creature base of Juriaan. He's not playing with a lot of creatures because, you know, he doesn't want to win through combat damage. So he's only playing with 3 Walls of Airs and 3 Brassman, and I've got, you know, way too many, you know, paralyzes, relatively speaking, in my deck for just these few creatures that aren't really that impressive offensively. They're really good defensively, but not offensively. So I think Juriaan, you have a little bit of the upper hand. Then again, maybe you're unlucky, maybe I'm lucky. Who knows? You know, my deck's pretty aggressive. I feel like I've got, what, like a 20% chance to win this? Let me know in the comments below what you think. Who do you think here is the favorite and why? Anyway, enough blabbering. Let's go to the match. So, revised 40 match between Unholy Rats and Stasis. Here we go. Game number 1, here we go. So we're playing revised 40 today. So both of us have made a deck with 40 cards in it, and they're all revised, hence the name revised 40. There are some specific rules to this format. You can find it out in the description below if you would like to know more. And look at this hand by Juriaan. Not very good. Just 1 island. I wonder if he's going to keep. Here's my hand. 3 swamps, a plague rats, a paralyze, pestilence. It's pretty good. And a Sengir vampire. So good enough for me. Now remember, of course, we don't know from each other what we're playing. So I don't know I'm up against a Stasis build here. And it looks like Juriaan took a mulligan. So he's going to draw 7 again and then put one of those cards on the bottom. Let's see, this is his hand. I wonder what he's going to put on the bottom. I mean, could go maybe for Unsummon or Control Magic because it's quite slow. Oh, he's going to put the Stasis on the bottom. So I guess he kind of expects to draw into the Stasis again when he needs it. Stasis, of course, pretty bad early game. You want to draw it later in the game. But it is a key card, of course, in the deck of Juriaan. So Juriaan playing mono blue Stasis, and I'm playing mono black Plague Rats, Unholy Rats. Both of us just playing basics here, passing turn. Not doing much. And here we get the first Plague Rats on the board. So now it's just a 1-1. But they bump each other. So if I have 2 Plague Rats, they both become 2-2s. If I have 3 3s, etc. Here we see a Wall of Air. Pretty good. Let's see if I can play a Paralyze here on the wall and get some damage, and also have some Unholy Strengths here. So look at this. Double Unholy Strength. Yeah, baby. So we've got a 5-3 wall. He's not blocking. Going to drop to 15. Not using that Paralyze. Going to pass turn here. Let's see what Juriaan can do. He's going to tap 4. Oh, that's a Control Magic. Oh, no. See me slamming the cards on the table. Yeah, that's bad. That is really bad. Control Magic, kind of a worst nightmare scenario for me. Gonna tap 4. Sengir is 5. Exactly. That card looks like a lot better. Like a better option. Pestilence here, finding its way onto the battlefield. Also in my opening hand. So Pestilence can kind of fix the problems for me. Or are we gonna see a Stasis? No, we're not. Double Brassman. I'm a little bit confused about this play by Juriaan. I think I would have kept the Brassman in hand. Attacking for 5, so I'm going to drop to 15 as well. Because the problem is next turn I can use my Pestilence for 5, wipe the board. So it would have been better, I think, for Juriaan to just, you know, keep those Brassman in hand. Unless, of course, he's got another plan. So there's the pass. Juriaan only finding an island. There's the attack. And in combat, before I take damage, I use the Pestilence here. 5 damage to everything. So 10 for Juriaan, 10 for me. And Juriaan now with only 2 cards in hand is playing out the Stasis. But I have to say I'm not too worried. Because he doesn't have a Howling Mine. You know, if he would have had a Howling Mine, I would have been kind of worried. But I think without the Howling Mine, it's going to stop at a certain point. So both of us just top decking passing turns. Of course, Juriaan has to pay a blue every single time because of the upkeep of Stasis. Ooh, finding another island from the top. And passing their turn back here. Again, an island found. So I wonder how long Juriaan can keep this up, at least for 3 more turns. But the moment he can no longer keep it up, I can really start to play some big creatures. I can untap first, of course. Yeah, there's the Nightmare, baby. Look at that condition. It's really been eaten by red, so it deserves a place in my red's deck. There's the pass. So looking at the amount of cards in hand. Again, an island found from the top, but Juriaan's running out of islands. Running out of options. So going through my hand, I guess I have to discard something. Going to discard an Unholy Strength. And yeah, Juriaan not finding any islands. So next turn, he's going to lose the Stasis. And I get to untap everything. And I get to cast that huge Nightmare. That would be kind of cool. First playing a Plague Rats here. Passing the turn. Juriaan unable to pay for Stasis. Got to pass to me. Look at that. Untapping everything. This is really sweet. Drain life there from the top. How many Unholy Strengths do I have? Maybe I can go Unholy Strength, Paralyze, deal some damage. There's the Paralyze. There's the Unholy Strength. There's the attack for 3. Going to put him on 7. Then I've got enough mana, I think, to cast... Yeah, there's 6. So enough mana to cast the Nightmare. Nightmare hitting the board, baby! Which is now an 8/8 flyer. Wow. That is huge. This is a problem for Juriaan. I wonder if he's going to untap the... I guess not. Untap the Wall of Air. He does have an Unsummon in hand. Maybe also has a second Stasis. Who knows? We're going to find out. There's another Wall of Air first. Going to tap 3 more. What else are we going to see? Another Wall of Air. So 3 Wall of Airs on the battlefield. Those are all the Wall of Airs that Juriaan has in his deck. Going to pass turn to me. Untap, upkeep, and draw. And okay, a Paralyze and a Paralyze. So double Paralyze. Trying to finish it here with a very aggressive move. But, yep, there's a counterspell though on one of the Paralyzes. So only 1 Wall of Air gets to be tapped down. And remember, he's got an Unsummon in hand if I'm not mistaken. There's the attack. Yep, there's the Unsummon. Taking care of the Nightmare. Blocking here the Plague Rats. So not taking any damage. Playing out my Sengir, but I can also play out my Nightmare. I think that's a better option. So Nightmare is back in town. But yeah, this is a rough kind of moment for Juriaan, right? Is he going to untap? I guess you want to untap here. And Juriaan really needs to find his Howling Mines. Like that, those are so important for his strategy. Finding another Power Sink here from the top, passing the turn. So I get to untap again everything, and I get to attack here with the Nightmare. Problem is that there are a lot of Walls of Airs there to chump block. If I can make the red a little bit bigger, at least it can take down a wall. Okay, there's one more Plague Red, so now I believe it is a 4/3. So there's the blocks. He's going to lose one of the Wall of Airs. I don't think he should lose both, because Wall of Air is 5 toughness, so the red is a 4/3 if I'm not mistaken. And I think we're discussing that now. Yeah, the Wall of Air should stay alive. So the Paralyze need to be put back on there as well. So Paralyze back. And it looks like I want to tap 3. Going to tap 5 instead. Perhaps I was thinking about playing out the Sorcerer's Queen. Going to go for a Sengir Vampire instead. But look at this. There's the Power Sink. Yeah, Sorcerer's Queen would have been better. Because then if he would have played a Power Sink, he could have paid for it. Having 2 swamps open still. But anyway, decided to go for Sengir. There is another island. Only 2 cards in hand for Juriaan. Really needs that Howling Mine. And he's giving me opportunity here to try to win the game. Attacking with 3 creatures here. It's going to block the biggest red. And of course the Nightmare, else he dies. Going to take 2 damage. Going to drop to 5. Am I going to try to finish it? Because I have a Drain Life in hand. I think I'm going to go for Drain Life for 5. Drain Life for 5. But there's the Power Sink. Yeah, I had to try. But there's the Power Sink. Does have to pay 1 more island, but that's fine, Juriaan. You've got enough. Also playing an Unsummon here. On end step. Finding another island. Nothing in hand. Okay. Slowly getting closer to the victory. I just need 1 more turn. Can play another Plague Rats, pumping everything. That means the chump block is going to kill the Wall of Air now. Because it's a 5/3, so Yeah, he has to block the wall of air, else he dies. He's going to take 3 more damage, going to drop to 2. So close now to victory. He's on 2 measly life. Gonna play the Nightmare again. Just gonna keep trying, want to win with the Nightmare. Yeah, finally finding the Howling Mine, which of course is way too late. So winning the first game here, and guess what? There's no sideboards in Revised 40. So we're gonna shuffle up, and we're gonna continue with game number 2. Game number 2, here we go. Let's see what Juriaan can do in his second game. He's on the play, of course. But I'm taking a mulligan here, it seems. Okay, I'm on the draw, so taking a mulligan, starting with 6 instead of 7. There we see a basic island by Juriaan passing the turn. I guess we don't have the quickest decks, do we? It's quite slow at the start of the game. Here's my hand. Some Plague Rats in there. Okay, there's a Howling Mine. So I have to draw 2, actually. Only drawing 1. I think I forgot to draw 2, which is important because Juriaan's whole strategy is to deck me. I think I only drew 1, right? Anyway, it's water under the bridge now. Let's see what else Juriaan can do. Another Howling Mine. Wow, so I got to draw 3. Okay, now I'm drawing enough cards at least. 3 cards drawn. Probably going to see a Plague Rat here, right? Exactly. There's the Plague Rats. And do I have to discard already? I guess I have because I'm taking so much time. I'm going to discard my Sorcerer's Queen, passing the turn here to Juriaan. So, I mean, we're going to see a completely different game. And I'm kind of worried because I know that Juriaan's deck starts to work as soon as those Howling Mines are there. That kind of goes for every, combo deck. But especially Stasis. But it's just passing the turn, so I guess he's not finding the right ingredients yet. Drawing 3 cards as well. Let's hope that I can just put a lot of Unholy Strengths here. On the Plague Rat, or not. Are we going to see a Power Sink? There's the Power Sink. Yeah, this is so annoying. Because I'm also going to lose that land because I'm forced to tap it because of the Power Sink. I think it would have been better to first go Unholy Strength. And then try to cast, oh, look at this, unsummon. Oh, yeah, Juriaan is doing exactly what he wants to do. And now I got to discard. You can see him laugh there. Giving him the friendly finger here. That's a friendly finger. Oh, God, yeah, this is horrible for me. My hand's now completely full. Unsummon is so annoying. I got to discard cards. Guess I want to discard the Swamp. Gonna make another decision as well. Yeah, I really should have gone for Unholy Strength first. Then again, wouldn't have mattered because of the unsummon. Anyway, Juriaan's in the driver's seat, that's for sure. Finding a Stasis there now. But probably first going to just play out some more islands and other cards. Or not. Does he want to have the lock right now? I guess he wants the lock right now. I mean, he could kind of first play out some of those Brass Mans, I guess. But he's going to go for the lock straight away. I mean, it makes sense. I'm tapped out as well. He's drawing 3 cards a turn, so probably going to keep finding the islands. I mean, it's already kind of game, isn't it? Let's see. Maybe I'm going to give it a couple of turns. The problem is he's drawing 3 cards a turn, right? So he's going to find islands every single time. So now I have to discard and pass. So he's going to pay for a Stasis and he's going to draw 3 cards. Another island. Yeah, he's probably just going to discard, right? You want to just keep your islands, discard, for example, all your Brass Man, your Wall of Airs. Who cares? All I can do now is just play out a Swamp and discard stuff. Oh, it's looking so bad. Discarding a Plague Rats. I think I should just discard maybe my bigger stuff, like Singir, maybe. Okay, discarding an Unholy Strength. And, okay, no, just discarding 2 Plague Rats. Okay. And now Juriaan going to find 3 more. Of course, he's going to find an island. Yeah, I think this is pretty much toast, right? I can't see how I can still win this. Maybe I'm hoping for something. Like, there's no way for me to get rid of the Stasis. I am going to tap 3. Are we going to see a Plague Rats there? It's a Plague Rats. It's not going to do anything, but still. Maybe I hope to just bombard it full of Unholy Strengths and try to win with the 20-something Plague Rats, but that's very far-fetched. Also remember, Juriaan's got unsummons and all that stuff, so Ooh, he's going to pay 2. What are we going to see for 2? Another Howling Mine. Oh, this is so bad. Going to draw 4 cards a turn. Look at my library. I guess Juriaan has to discard first. Just keep your islands, discard the rest. Exactly. There's the pass. Finding another swamp. Probably going to play an Unholy Strength. Oh, man. This is so not going to work for me. I guess I'm still trying to hold on to this strategy, but I don't know what my strategy is because I'm just losing. My library's thinning out fast. There's nothing I can do against the Stasis. Passing the turn. So we're really playing this out until the end. Of course, playing another land. Always having enough lands. Drawing 4 cards a turn. Has at least 2 more islands there in hand as far as I can tell. I mean, just discard those control magics. You don't need them. It's going to discard actually his power sinks. And an island. Okay, that island surprises me. I think I would have just gone for the control magic and stuff. You don't have to worry about that Plague Rat. It's never going to be big enough. I'll be dead long before I can do something with that Plague Rat. Finding another swamp, so maybe I can play another Unholy Strength. I mean, this is just kind of like it's better than doing nothing, I guess, but it doesn't make a difference. So discarding 2 cards here, passing the turn. Oh, Juriaan's going to play an Unsummon. Okay, I guess he's got another Stasis in hand. But still, this move surprises me. I think I would have just continued paying for the Stasis. You really don't have to worry about that Plague Rat. 8 cards in hand, so I've got 2 more turns to go. At least I get to untap. I need to untap everything here. I'm making a mistake. I get to untap my stuff. I need to untap what I have. Oh, this is so annoying. Why are we not seeing this? I can untap everything. Not that it matters, though. Look at that hand of Juriaan. What a ridiculous game. There's the Stasis again. And now I'm going to draw the 4. Like, even if I would have untapped, it wouldn't have mattered. Like, I'm getting decked either way. And this is a really nice demonstration of how well the Stasis deck of Juriaan can work. So now it's a 1-1. So I guess I just have to hope that he just cannot find the Howling Mines in Game 3 and then maybe I can win. And remember, in Game 3 I'm on the play, so that's going to give me a slight advantage. Game number 3, the big decider. Now remember, I'm on the play, you know. And I think we saw what happens when Juriaan finds his Howling Mines. But if he doesn't, like in Game 1, I've got a chance here. It's going to be tough, but I've got a chance. This is my opening hand, 3 swamps. No Plague Rats. That's weird. Probably trying to 1, right? Before I hit the 3 mana, the 3 lands. And maybe you're wondering why I'm not playing any Dark Rituals in my deck. Well, I know I should, but I just don't have them laying around. I've got this box of very old and shabby Revised cards, and I use them for my unsleeved deck, so I guess I need to get some beat up Dark Rituals. There's a swamp. There we see a turn 1 play by Juriaan, a Brassman, 1/3 creature. And when it attacks, it is gonna, I won't say it's probably not going to, but when it attacks, you got to pay 1 during your upkeep to untap it. There's the pass. So drawing 3 cards, finding 2 cards, finding a Plague Rats. It's going to untap the Brassman here. And another island. So if you can play an Unholy Strength on the Plague Rats, I can attack here with a 3/2. There we go, into the red zone. There's an Unsummon. Unsummon's so good against my Unholy Strengths. It's just very annoying. Gonna recast it straight away. Passing the turn. So both of us here losing a card Unsummoned for an Unholy Strength. There we have another island. There's a wall of area. Kind of building up his defenses, and it's up to me to try to find a way through. Playing another swamp. I mean, I have Pestilence. I could go Pestilence. Blow up the board next turn. No counter magic here. Only having, of course, that one blue open for Juriaan. So passes the turn. So this is kind of sweet. I can blow up the board. Or I could decide to keep the Pestilence around, of course. Pay 4 every time because the Wall of Air has a toughness of 5. Okay, look at this. Using my Pestilence once. Dealing 1 damage to everybody. I'm on 18. Juriaan on 19 now. Yeah, I wonder what my strategy should be here. Also feels kind of nice to have this Pestilence around. Remember, it goes out of the game the moment that there are no creatures anymore on the battlefield. So I can use it once to blow up some stuff. But do I really want to? Gonna pay 3. Okay, so gonna deal 3 damage to everything. Gonna pass the turn. Okay, so really gonna go for the Pestilence strategy. And remember, I've got that Drain Life in hand to gain life again. Or not. I believe I saw a Drain Life in my hand, but now I'm not so sure. The problem, of course, is I need to find a moment when the Drain Life will actually resolve. Because Juriaan has a lot of counter magic in his deck. So it's a tricky strategy. I'm gonna continue with it, though. I think it's a good strategy. But it's tricky. If he counters at the right time. So I'm going to play the Sorcerer's Queen. Don't really understand why. Maybe I just want to put a bunch of Unholy Strengths on it. So it doesn't die. There's 1 Unholy Strength. And I've got a second one. I also have Paralyze. So passing the turn here. There's a counter spell from the top for Juriaan. There's another island. Ooh, he's going to do something. Going to tap 4. Ah, he's going to steal it. That is very annoying. I guess I'm going to pay 3 to kill everything. Well, not everything. Of course, the Wall of Air sticks around. Yeah, this Wall of Air is very important for me. I'm on 9, Juriaan on 10. The reason that Juriaan is on a higher life total is because of that single damage that he dealt with that Brass Man in the second turn, which is kind of funny. I mean, it's so risky to play out the Drain Life here because of all the counter magic. First going to go here for a Sengir Vampire. Are we going to see a counter spell by Juriaan? No, we're not. Probably has like Unsummon or something in hand to deal with it. Yeah, has an Unsummon in hand. Or maybe another Control Magic. Another Control Magic. Yeah, it's so tough to win against this deck. Even without, I could have dealt 3 to everything here, by the way. I think I should have. Even without the Stasis, you know, it's hard enough for me to deal with all this stuff. So I'm gonna put Juriaan on 6. Gonna play Plague Rats. Play an Unholy Strength on there, so it's a 3/2. If I can just deal some damage. Oh, Power Sing though. Take care of the Unholy Strength. Okay, fair enough. Oh man, what a game! What a game! He's on 6, but how to deal damage? He's got so much counter magic. Power Sinks there in hand. Unsummons as well. Or are we now going to see a Stasis? There's the Stasis. Remember, I'm tapped out. Ay, 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 ay. I mean, I've got enough swamps. Why am I putting it tapped into play? Okay, because I'm going to use it to cast an Unholy Strength. I mean, I've got Paralyze in hand. There's an Unsummon though. Yeah. Oh. And he shouldn't untap here, by the way. I'm not sure why you're untapping Juriaan. Should have kept those 2 tapped, of course. Yeah, we're making a few sloppy mistakes. That surprises me. I mean, they should be tapped. Anyway, exactly. Now Juriaan's... No, he's not correcting himself. Now, anyway, it is what it is. Finding another swamp. Again, small mistakes that don't matter that much. Yeah, counting the cards in my library. I mean, this Stasis deck, it looks, I wouldn't say unbeatable because you could see that I won there game one, but especially with my, Reds deck, it's really tough to win against the Stasis deck. So passing the turn here back to Juriaan. Juriaan paying another blue. Another Howling Mine found. So he can play another Howling Mine here. Yeah, we're getting close to the end, people. I do believe that my Pestilence strategy is the right one. Problem is, of course, all that counter magic on the side of Juriaan. Discarding some cards here. I believe some Plague Rats, passing the turn. 3 cards drawn here by Juriaan. Yeah, and I mean, he's always going to find islands now. He's drawing so many cards. We saw that in that second game as well. And now I've got to draw 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think I'm dead next turn. What can I do? My beautiful Nightmare in hand again. Just discarding all my Paralyzes, my Nightmare. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm going to pass here to Juriaan. Juriaan drawing 4 cards, finding another island. Discarding lots of stuff. There's nothing I can do. I'm already going to check out my... Oh, I have one more turn after this one. Hey. Got one more turn. Can I make it into a draw? I can't. I've got 5. I can commit suicide. That's exactly what I do. I got 5 mana. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I had that drain life, but that was never going to resolve. I do think, let me know in the comments, I do think my strategy was the right one. And sorry for the sloppy plays. We forgot a few things, but I don't think it had a big impact on the outcome of this match. I think the conclusion is that I need to get Dark Rituals to make my deck a little bit faster, and even with the Dark Rituals, it's going to be a really difficult matchup for me. But anyway, Juriaan, congratulations, you're winning here with your revised 40 Stasis deck. Well done, my man, and thank you, of course, for playing these games with me and hanging out to take laugh. It's always a lot of fun, and also I would like to thank you for watching another game right here on Timmy Talks, the channel where we talk old school Magic. And before you go, please take a moment to like, share, and comment on this video. All these things are free and really help the channel move forward. And talking about moving forward, you can also become a patron of the show. Check out patreon.com/TimmyTalks for all the information.
What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? Early in the morning, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises. Early in the morning, putting in the longboat until he's sober, putting in the longboat until he's sober, putting in the longboat until he's sober. Early in the morning, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises. She rises early in the morning. Pull out the plug and wet him all over. Pull out the plug and wet him all over. Pull out the plug and wet him all over. Early in the morning. Way hey up she rises. Way hey up she rises. Way hey up she rises early in the morning. What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? Put him in the scouts to the host my son. Put him in the scouts to the host my son. Put him in the scouts to the host my son.
Ficus, Sumba, Kazee.